Hello and welcome to another edition. I've got a report for you guys today with some nice proof of exactly why it is that we report the stories we've been reporting. This information video was created to educate the greater crypto community about some of the things that are taking place with the highest profile project to launch in the space this year, Ethereum Max. The current leadership team of the project was not a part of the initial launch, and the vision and shape of the initiative did not start to take form until they were brought in after the first day that this coin was launched. Russ Davis did not create this project, however, was handed the opportunity to get access to tens of trillions of coins for next to nothing by his brother-in-law and associate, Justin Mayer, as he was a part of the original founding team. He was removed from having a role with the initiative at the beginning of June due to conduct detrimental to the project, and Emacs does not have any association with these two individuals. The current Emacs leadership team has been dealing with and addressing the issues created in the opening minutes and hours since launch caused by these scammers ever since. The efforts by the leaders and vision and real utility of this project have been on display as evidenced by everything that has been accomplished over the first 2 months in the space. A glimpse into the potential of what can be reached in the future can be seen by the roadmap they released earlier this week. Take this video as an informational tool to understand what is suppressing it in the interim. So without further ado, I'm going to keep looking through all of this stuff for the communities out there that are involved in the meme coin space, in the poo coin space, in all of these spaces where we see new and upcoming coins. We can see similarities, we can see patterns, we can see things that occur that are not necessarily honest practices or ethical practices. Now, be it as it may, people say that, take risk where you can take risk, and that cryptocurrency is not guaranteed, and all of these type of things, to basically operate under their own creed that they have within the communities that they build. And I do say that they build because there are certain people that continue to scam people in their own organizations, in their own communities, thinking that it is completely fair and honest when it is completely unethical, and a lot of people are losing money. And this is why I want to report this to you guys today. Here are some of my findings. Here are some of the things that I know are going on. And just to give you a little background on why this happened and this particular day that this happened that I have recorded here, I'm going to go over a few things. So without further ado, we're going to dig into it. We are the Emacs community. We are an army, we are strong, and we will not tolerate the continuation of what's been going on. Here are the wallet addresses directly off of Etherscan. Okay? On this particular date, just to give you guys a little bit of a background, an individual running an organization called InRussWeTrust was sent a message by one of our valued community members who has contacts. And this investor was concerned because this investor expected that this may be that particular person, Russ, from InRussWeTrust. And it's interesting, we had the timestamp of when that message was sent and when those tokens were sold. So we had to do some digging. And in my findings, I can show you here that these color-coded wallets, swapping, buying, and selling, after Russ had claimed, what can I do to make it right? The community member then followed by saying, you can put the tokens back. You're affecting the price. You're affecting a community. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of background on how exactly it is that these dumping schemes work. And I'm going to go through some of this stuff in this video. I'm going to try to shorten it as much as I can, but I want to just give you some insight as to why it's important to find a code that's gone through Token Sniffer, a token rather that's gone through Token Sniffer, and it has all the boxes checked, and it has all the proper things in place, and audit all these other things before you go and invest a ton of your money in these projects that these so-called experts are calling out and helping people make millions of dollars. It's very important to understand how pattern range trading works, okay? And I'm going to explain. We're mapping here direct lines of associations over dozens of wallets, particularly 18 here today, okay, doing the exact same things alongside other wallets, okay? And the routine is that they begin dumping, they trigger other panic sellers, they dump because they have plenty of tokens left, trillions of Emacs and quadrillions of Bezoge. What happens after that is they stop dumping. they let the price coast a little bit, and they lower it until it starts to flatten. Okay, and then they buy back the amount of tokens that you sold off at an even better price than you dumped at. So trying to time this stuff is not completely easy, but when you have enough tokens to control this type of market movement, you can't even really have a chance. It completely manipulates a token's price and presses a token, and they can do a lot with it. Okay, what this really is these guys in InRussWeTrust, Justin Maher, they're telling you one thing and they're doing the exact opposite. So there's proof on this specific day, if you even go right on the Facebook page, that this gentleman, I can't even say that, I can't say gentleman, this person, Russ, went on their Facebook page and pumped Emacs the day before this exact sell-off I have in front of you. You guys can see the token amounts. This came directly from Etherscan, guys. This is a CSV export directly from Etherscan. Okay, and I'm going to go through it with you. So let's take this second one for example. You can see the number of sell-offs here and what was put back after he was contacted and kind of made, as you could say. We've been watching carefully. We are a community that's strong, and there's a lot of people that are upset. They came from other projects. MXS is another one. They came from other projects, and they had been screwed already. And some people will continue to get dragged through these projects and dragged through these picks that these so-called experts are able to help people out with. But they don't really have concern for the people that are getting dragged through the dirt in these quick pump and dump schemes or these slow pump and dump schemes. And I can tell you one thing that I've noticed in all this research, it's that these guys drag these tokens through the dirt. They really do. And there are different forms of pump and dumps. There are, long pump and dumps. There are quick pump and dumps. And, there's even audio recordings out there of these particular communities that, they're called, they have summits, okay, where they're proud of what they're doing, and they're proud of the rug pulling that they're committing, and the people that they're screwing, because to them it's not immoral. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing, it's fair. It's part of the market. It's how things work. These are the type of excuses that are used, right? So there's a vendetta there, and there's absolutely an attitude towards people that's very careless, and that's because they don't see on the other side the people that this is affecting. So without further ado, I'm going to pull up some wallets here. Go right to Etherscan. Take that wallet. You can see these guys are pretty active, right? Pretty active. And oh, look, that's weird. That's a token. That's a pick. There's one of Russ's picks. Another one of Russ's picks. And Ethereum Max, right? I find it weird that the date range back here, right? The night before, Russ was pumping this token, right? And right afterwards, he was selling it. Okay, so you can see the timestamp right here of what's going on. Okay, I'm selling these. Oh, I got a text message, and I trigger and I buy back. Okay, this is where you see the buyback. Approximately, these figures added together, put right back. Okay, so it took a little while for us to find this because there's other buys and sells going on, and we wanted to know that the numbers that we had were matching up with the events that were happening in real time. So we see transfers here happening. We see panic here happening to put back what had been done, because he knows that these can be traced back to his main wallet, in which they are. So I encourage you guys, if you're following an individual like this, that you understand that they have an agenda. They have their own understanding of things that they don't let other people in on. Okay, remember, they begin to dump, they trigger other panic sellers, they keep dumping because you've got plenty of tokens left, they have tons of tokens left, and then they stop dumping, they let the price coast a little, and you can see this reflected in our chart all day, every day. Okay, so in a larger market, trying to time, right, all of this, the tops and the bottoms, all throughout the day, selling high, buying low, it's fine. And it's fine here too. But normally you do that with a singular power to move that market, and even closely to that, and more or less the same chances of guessing that correctly. This is not that. Okay, this is the exact opposite. This is them telling you one thing and doing the exact opposite. Everybody buy, and hold, right? And they're dumping it right there, then and there, when that happens. This is why it's so powerful to get a following, right? The following is so important because they can just pump it and dump it and play the good cop, bad cop game with everybody out there. And these particular two people, Justin Maher and Russ, are playing that role right out in social media, exactly how I'm telling you. So again, I'm a concerned investor. I've heard so many stories from people, and I will continue to release more stories until they get out of this token, because I will continue to fight. I am protecting my investment, okay? And I am with brothers and sisters that are very upset with what's going on. And, these guys have a type of attitude, as you can see here, peeps, right? So the way it works is there's feeder wallets, okay? And they use what I call, and I've had to kind of crown, mule wallets, right? Just like the old drug dealers that used to send cocaine mules, through different pieces of land to transfer their drugs over from one area to another. They take those, they put them through these wallets. All of these are picks of your favorite trusted Russ, okay? So, guys, if anybody wants to look into this deeper, come into the voice chat. Come and visit the Emacs community, and we can describe to you exactly what it is that we're seeing. There is tons of proof. There's more right here, right? Tons of proof that this is exactly what's going on. There's dates, there's timestamps, there's everything that you can think of to show exactly what's going on here. Okay. Oh, Shiba, another one involved. Okay. All these picks, right? These guys are directly manipulating people, directly manipulating price with their holdings, because they get in early, completely early, and they don't tell anybody else about these releases. They collect tons of tokens. I think there was 17 trillion tokens owned on the Emacs launch and bought for $33, just to give you an understanding, okay, of what we are facing here and what the reality is here. And these have been spread out to many other wallets, transferred to many other wallets. It's too much to explain here. I don't want to go over the 15-minute mark just to, keep you guys engaged here and show you guys what's going on. But, there's a lot of feeder accounts. There's a lot of feeder wallets that are selling off. And this is why in the price action, you don't see the same wallet selling off. That would be very obvious, and that would, raise some eyebrows. But me personally, when I first started seeing this action go on, I saw all this good news happening. I saw all this support for the token. I saw this individual Russ promoting the token, and then I saw large sell-offs, and I knew that somebody with a large holding was selling off, and I had to find out for myself. So I encourage you guys to find things out for yourselves, do your own research before you get into crypto. Know that you have the right community behind you that has your best interest at heart and the community's best interest at heart, not just a few set people. So just to finish this video off, I'm going to give you guys a lineup of your usual suspects and show you the contracts that have been run through Token Sniffer, and you'll start to see these pump and dump rug pull schemes and the people involved come around full circle. I'll let you have a look yourself. This information is widely available online, and if you check out Token Sniffer yourself, you can be saved the heartache of watching your money disappear from your account by working with these type of individuals. Russ Davis, Justin Mayer, Mike Spear, we know what you do, and it's time that there's justice. Again, join the communities that care about your investment, care about where that token's going, has use case, okay, and is not just a pump and dump. Crypto can be such a great world-changing thing, but we have to get out of the dirt with this kind of stuff first, and this kind of stuff needs to be exposed. If you have a story where you've been involved with a pump and dump scheme or anything related to somebody telling you one thing and the opposite being done, where there's unethical practices going on, come into the Emacs community and let us know about it. We're here. We're not going anywhere. We are stronger than ever, and we will not lose.